In 2012, a strange and unsettling case quietly circulated in Xuzhou, Jiangsu. People called it the red dress ATM incident. Some believed it was a crime. Others insisted it was something far beyond human explanation. The official story was brief. But the version that spread among locals, officers, and late-night forums was much longer, and far more disturbing. It began on a cold evening on Fengpei Road. A woman in a bright red dress walked into a small ATM booth. The street was nearly empty. Shops were closed, the lights were dim, and the only sound was the buzzing of the fluorescent lamp inside the booth. The harsh light made her silhouette look unnaturally sharp, almost cut out from the background. She didn't notice the man standing outside, half hidden behind the glass, watching her every move. He waited, then slowly pushed the door open and stepped inside. The camera recorded everything until it didn't. At 22:46, the footage warped, not a normal glitch. The entire frame bent, like something was pulling at the edges of the image. The woman's shape stretched across the screen, as if the camera couldn't process what it was seeing. Then the video froze for a full second. When it resumed, the booth was empty. Both of them were gone. No struggle. No exit. Just, gone. Police reviewed the footage frame by frame. In one corrupted frame, the woman's face was turned toward the camera. Her eyes were pitch black. Her mouth was open far wider than humanly possible. Her red dress looked soaked, dripping onto the floor. But when officers checked the booth, the floor was completely dry. No fingerprints. No footprints. Nothing. A short official notice appeared in local media the next morning. It mentioned a technical malfunction in the ATM surveillance system and urged residents not to speculate online. The report was only 3 sentences long. But people who claimed to know the officers involved said the real footage was far worse than anything the public was told. One officer resigned 2 weeks later. He told colleagues he kept seeing the woman's face reflected in dark windows, even when he was alone. Another officer said the booth felt wrong, like the air inside was heavier than outside. The case stalled. People avoided the ATM. Some said the temperature inside dropped suddenly at night. Others claimed they saw a faint red reflection on the glass, even when the booth was empty. 3 weeks later, a passerby heard screaming from inside the same booth. He looked through the glass and saw a man inside alone swinging a knife wildly at the empty air. His face was pale, his hands shaking, his back pressed against the wall as if something invisible was closing in on him. When police arrived, the man collapsed in the corner, unable to stand. At the station, he confessed. Not to the attack they expected, but to the earlier incident. He said the woman in red had followed him home. He saw her standing outside his building. Then in the stairwell. Then reflected in the microwave door. Sometimes she was closer. Sometimes farther. But always staring. She never spoke. She never blinked. And every night, she looked more decayed, as if something was rotting away piece by piece. He returned to the ATM booth because he thought going back to the scene would break the connection. But when he stepped inside, he saw her again standing behind him in the reflection of the glass. Her face expressionless. Her dress soaked in something dark. And she smiled at him. A smile he said no living person could make. Police dismissed his story as guilt and psychological collapse. But the officers who processed the booth noticed something strange. The temperature inside was 8 degrees colder than the street. A faint red smear was found on the glass. Lab tests couldn't identify what it was. and the camera recorded another glitch at the exact moment the man started screaming. In one corrupted frame, a red figure stood behind him. The frame was deleted from the official archive. But someone leaked a description of it online, and that description still circulates today. The ATM booth was renovated the next year. New walls, new camera, fresh paint. Most people walk by without knowing anything happened there. But locals say the booth still feels unusually cold at night. Some swear they've seen a faint red reflection on the glass, even when no one is inside. Others say the new camera occasionally freezes for a second at 22:46. The exact time the original footage glitched. Whether it was guilt, hallucination, or something else entirely, the truth never surfaced. Some stories fade. This one didn't.